Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Jody Emery, your licensed acupuncturist at Gershon Pain Specialist in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Today we're going to be going over cupping therapy. If you paid any attention to the Olympics that finished up last month, you're probably a little bit aware of what this therapy is. I've had a lot of patients come in and ask what those red marks are all over Michael Phelps and various other athletes. So we're going to go over that a little bit today. The aim of cupping is to remove toxins and cell waste from various tissues, muscles, and joints. Cupping is a traditional Chinese medicine or TCM form of therapy. Historically, what has been used for the cups are bamboo, glass, and now a more modern approach is using plastic cups. These are some of the glass cups. They come in different sizes. If you're using bamboo or glass, what you're using is heat to create a suction. So you're warming up the inside of a cup before placing it on the skin. Some issues with this is it can create an uneven suction, therefore the cups aren't staying in place very well and they may fall on the floor. You've got potential for breakage there, as well as utilizing flame to create a suction. A more modern approach is the use of glass cups with a vacuum to create the suction. This leads to a lot more even suction, and you can avoid the breakage or having to deal with fire to create the suction in there. Now, as I said earlier, what cupping therapy is doing is it's removing toxins and cell waste from the muscles. Now, toxins has become a little bit of a hot phrase or a catch-all phrase for anything bad. What it really means is that there's a substance at a higher than normal level within the body that's impairing natural, healthy cellular function. So what cupping does is it helps to remove that. What it can remove is various bacteria or proteins or byproducts of muscular metabolism following an exercise. And that's really why the Olympic athletes are using it, to help speed up the recovery of their muscles following workouts. Now, don't worry if you're not an Olympic athlete, you can still benefit from cupping therapy. We've got Savannah here, and we've already got a couple of cups on here. And what I want you to pay attention to is we've got some raised skin, and there's already a slight discoloration in there. So what cupping does, if we're putting more cups on her, is it'll lift that skin up and it'll create a space. Now, via the capillary system, that space will help to flush out different toxins and those cell waste that has built up in the muscles. What it does is then it sends it to the liver, where it's metabolized and detoxification occurs, and then it's moved to the kidneys where they can be excreted out of the body. So that's basically what the treatment is. Now, if you're coming in for a treatment, things I ask people to do prior to their treatment is to make sure that you've eaten something a couple of hours before your treatment. I'm also going to, you may want to check your social schedule. If you've got these brown marks on there, you may not want to do that if you've got an open back dress or anything like that. I believe it was Gwyneth Paltrow showed up at a red carpet event with an open back gown and had these red marks on her back. That was in early 2000 or 2004, and so I think that was kind of the first mainstream introduction that a lot of people had to what cupping is. During the treatment itself, you'll be comfortable on a table. The cups are placed in the areas that they're needed. It works really well for stubborn or chronic deep muscle issues. We can also utilize points on the upper back for colds. Once they're in place, the suction is created and they're left in place for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then they're removed. Now, following your treatment, there's a couple things that I want you to do. The first thing is keep the area covered and avoid extreme temperatures, so hot or cold for up to 12 hours following your treatment. This is really important, especially as we approach fall and winter. We're opening up your skin pores, and we just want to prevent anything else from entering in that, especially if we're doing a lot of upper neck and back issues. Bring a scarf to your treatment to keep that area covered following it. The next thing is to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water following your treatment. That'll help move those toxins and that cell waste out of the body. Plus, water is always good to drink anyway. The next thing is I want you to avoid alcohol, other toxins, or processed foods for 48 hours following your treatment. What we're doing is we're sending a lot of extra work to the liver to detox. We don't want to give it any more work. And along with that, I want you to get some rest following your treatment too. Avoid strenuous exercises or workouts or a lot of activity for up to 12 hours following your treatment. So that's basically what your treatment is. The next thing I want to go over is what these marks are. So they are not bruises. Bruises are caused from compression trauma, and that's not what we're doing here. And there are various discolorations or colors that can occur with a cupping treatment as well. You may see some that don't leave much of a mark at all. They may be white or hardly any color to them, and you may get some that are really, really dark purple. Those just point towards different issues that we need to work on with the muscles, or maybe different internal disharmonies that are going on within your body that we can work through with more cupping therapy or add on an acupuncture treatment as well. The therapies can go hand in hand, or they can be performed separately. So that is basically what you're looking at for your cupping therapy. I want to thank you for tuning into this to find out more about this, and I invite you to check us back later where we're going to go over more about traditional Chinese medicine and different therapies, and we'll take a more in-depth look into what an acupuncture treatment really is and how that works. So once again, if you're interested in this, you can always go to gershonpain.com to find out more about the acupuncture treatments. Check me out on my Facebook page or call the office to schedule your cupping or acupuncture treatment. I'm Jody Emery, your licensed acupuncturist. Thanks for tuning in.